Okay, I think I've gotten things where I want it to be. This looks right. So let me, but I want to see your comments. So that means I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. Oh, I can. Hey, sweet. So it lags. So I'm seeing two different streams. Holly says, you're glowing today. Hey, Don, nice to see you. All right, so this is just weird for me because of a time lag. But we'll get there. It's all right. So this is my first time doing this. But why I want to do it is so I can share my screen. I want to show you guys some astrology. You're going to learn some astrology today. All right. And I'm just trying to position these windows on my screen so I can still see. I want to be able to see your comments. I don't want to lose anybody. Hi, Lori. Okay. All right. I think we're okay. I'm going to try and see what we get. All right. So let me move this window over. And if I can actually, yeah, there is a screen share. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So here is Astrology 101, guys. I'm so excited. I'm always excited. But I'm really excited that you're here and we can do this live and a super bunch of wow. So I am Suzy Woo, for those of you who don't know, and it is pronounced wow because I want you to live a life to say wow. Hello, Wanda from Minnesota. Thank you for joining. Bridget, hello. Hi, Dawn. This is wonderful. This is super mega awesome. All right, so I am going to explain to you a little bit of stuff about astrology, and then we're gonna play, we're gonna interact, and somebody is gonna get a little bit of a free reading with their astrology. So before I start, we're gonna talk about the moon. Okay, now in astrology, the moon represents our emotions. It's your emotional thermometer, your emotional temperament. I'm going to keep it nice and simple, the way I like to learn. Little bite-sized pieces. Hello, Brenda. Thank you for joining. Okay, so because you might surmise astrology is really complex. There's so many layers, and then you have to figure out how the layers intertwine. It is, and it could be really, really overwhelming. But today we're only pulling out one little piece. We're pulling out a piece, and which is going to be the moon. But then we're going to talk about something else, and that's going to explain about what's going on now, currently. And then we're going to come back to the moon, and then we're going to discuss your moon. So if you know your chart, and if you know what your moon sign is, then that will definitely benefit you, because we are going to go through all of the signs. So there are a whole bunch of free websites that you can get your chart. It doesn't tell you how to read it. I do that. But you can go to astro.com, A-S-T-R-O, astro.com, and you can put in your birth information, and it's going to spit out a chart. It's going to show you what sign your moon is in. So see if you can go ahead and do that while I give you a little bit of an education about some basic astrology. Okay, so as I started saying, the moon, the moon gives us a measurement of our emotions. It also explains to us what we need to be comfortable. Okay, let me Yeah, I don't think I want to overwhelm you with a chart yet. We are going to look at a chart though. So whatever sign, zodiac sign our moon is in will tell you a person's emotional temperament. Now, this is great for learning some very, very basic compatibilities. Certain things go together, certain things don't go together. It's hard to choose like what layers I want to share without losing you. So we're just going to stick with the sign itself. Yeah, I think that's easy. So everybody knows their sun sign. Like whatever your birthday is and it falls in a calendar and whatever range it's in, that is your sun sign. S-U-N, not your male child. It's the sun in the sky. So the zodiac, there's 12 signs of the zodiac in the kind of astrology readings that I do. And each sign is made up of 30 degrees. It goes from 0 to 29. Those are the 30 degrees. Hi, Linda. And our sun, when we were born, when we drew our first breath in the sky, it's like taking a picture of the sky as you drew your first breath. I also like to call it your cosmic fingerprint and your recipe card. So like if I opened the Betty Crocker cookbook in the sky and I wanted to look up you, I pull your card and it's got your recipe, what you were made of, all of your energies. That's all the stuff that astrology can tell you. So I am going to pull up a chart. Somebody that hopefully nobody will know. Oh, I think I have. Oh, I meant to hit screen share. Let me get this. I don't know if I did it or not. No, I didn't do it yet. So let me find samples. This is going to be cool. We can do a chart that everybody knows who this is, maybe. Maybe we should do that. I don't want to take too long either. Actually, I think I'm just going to create a sample one. I just want to make it easy. So just bear with me a second. New, I'm going to call it sample chart. And this sample person was born in Buffalo, New York. You have to know where you were born. You need to know the date and the time to have a very accurate reading. So this person was born July 31st, 1969 at 1:11 p.m. And let's just see what their chart is. And I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. Share screen. This. Share. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this. Now, if I move it over here, I want to be able to keep up with your comments, hopefully. See, I'm looking at your comments over here because I don't want to miss anybody. Hello, Susan. Okay, so this fictitious person's chart, I just want to show you what a basic chart looks like. So the sun, here's this person's sun. They were born at 1:11 p.m. They are a Leo. This is the symbol for Leo. Now let's find their moon. Here it is. Here's their moon right here. So their moon is in Pisces. And Pisces is a very special energy. They all are. They all have very distinct qualities. So this is what a basic chart looks like. If you would like to, I will be doing some more of these videos. And I will be doing some classes, some paid classes, but this is just a nice little exposure to help you to see what a chart looks like. And here's the moon. The moon's in Pisces. The sun is in Leo. And so hopefully you've had enough time to maybe go to astro.com, plug in your birthday, and find out what moon sign you are in. So essentially the zodiac, the chart is divided into 12 houses. Okay, now each of these houses gets a sign, and like Aries, for example, and a planet. Okay, some planets have more than one house because there's not enough planets to go around. Okay, but we do include the sun and the moon. So given that the moon gives us information about what we need to be comfortable and our emotional makeup, I'm going to go through all the signs and see if this resonates with you. So hopefully you know what your moon sign is. Now these are also going to resonate with your sun sign. But our sun sign is more of our personality. It's our ego splashing out. The moon sign is who we are inward. It's our emotional temperament. Now, see this here, this is the horizon. The stuff that's down below here, these things for a person are more introverted. If somebody has planets down here, the qualities of those planets are going to be more introverted. The stuff up here are more extroverted. The stuff that's above the horizon when this person drew their first breath. So look at this. The sun's at the top of the chart. This person is kind of an out there. They don't do great with authority. They are outgoing and they're very comfortable being in front of people being out there, having strong leadership qualities. Now, of course, it's going to depend on the sign that it's in, but this also explains how, now everybody knows, let's just say a typical Leo, right? They have big hair and, you know, they can be a little bit dramatic. They can be a little bit bossy. They can be a little bit loud. But if their sun is down below the horizon, you're going to have yourself a shy, introverted Leo. So if you know somebody who's a Leo, but they're not at all like a Leo, that's why. And that's also why the time is so important. So if I edit this chart and I change the time to 1 in the morning, I just changed PM to AM. Notice here's the sun here at the top of the sky. I'm going to change it to 1 AM and watch. The sun should drop down here somewhere. Yep, here it is. So now the sun dropped down here. So if I was doing a reading for this person, I know right out of the gate, they are a shy, introverted person. Home and their roots are very important to them. Why do I say that? Because the 4th house rules home and our karmic roots. Now, the moon is up here. So it's above the horizon and it's kind of close towards the top. So this person sucks at poker face. This person kind of wears their heart on their sleeve. They're more, they're not extroverted, but emotionally they wear their feelings. So that's the difference. So now you've learned something. Isn't that so cool? All right, so let me just see if you've got any questions here. Cool, good. I don't see that. Can I scroll there? All right, sweet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the moon signs. I'm going to go through all 12 signs for the moon. So if your moon is in these signs, you'll have the following qualities and also certain things that help you to feel comforted and comfortable. There's another reason why this is an important discussion right now. We are about to have a new moon in Taurus. I don't think it's in my book. Let's see what the date on that is. New moon in Taurus. It is, hopefully, I don't know if you can see this or if you can only see the chart. Full moon in Taurus. I want the date. Ugh, I don't know if I want all this. New moon right here. April 23rd. New moon in Taurus, April 23rd. April 23rd is Thursday. Okay, so we're coming into a new moon in Taurus. Now, Taurus is slow, steady, loves deliciousness in food. Now, as a collective, we're going into a new moon in Taurus. Now Taurus also, it rules music, it rules money, our income, our confidence. So the way I like to summarize this, it's values, but it's also valuables. So as we go into this new moon, Taurus likes to be secure. As we go into this new moon cycle, starting Thursday and for the whole month, our comforts are going to come to our awareness. Now, as if we didn't have enough already, we have kind of had the security pulled out from under us, and it's caused, a great deal of panic and stuff. But where we're moving into is where things are going to just slow down for a minute, because Taurus is nice and slow, like a turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, so moon. Let me come back and let me bring back up that little Facebook thing there so I can see you. Good, I'm glad you're enjoying this, Elizabeth. All right, so I'm going to minimize this and bring it back. Okay, here we are. Okay, I'm going to change this to animate house calculations, natural houses. Okay. All right. So I am going to begin, just to help me to keep track and not miss anything. So if you have an Aries moon, now this is really basic because it also depends the house of the zodiac your moon is in and where the moon is, if it's down here, if it's up there, and if there's other things that are talking to your moon. So yes, there are a lot of layers, but today it's nice little bite-sized information. Okay, so it's very basic information. Okay, so if you have an Aries moon, then you are a little bit short-tempered, a little bit impatient, a little bit intolerant. You like to be right, you like to be first, and you may talk over people. Now, those are kind of the downside. So all of the signs have a plus and a minus. Everything's about balance. So with an Aries moon, the plus sides of Aries is very strong leadership, motivational, inspirational. They light a fire under people's behind. They're like, let's get up and make stuff happen. Let's get moving. That's Aries. They're movers and shakers. They're very strong leaders. They'll get you up. It's a good thing because we need that, and it's a fire sign. So it's like, let's make things happen. Now, Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. So there can be, now, like I'm saying, everything in balance, there can be violence, there can be tempers flaring. Everything is, you know, however developed that person is. So if now nobody is in perfect balance all the time. So an Aries person, if they're overall, I don't mean Aries person, I mean Aries moon, even though it's very similar, emotionally, quick-tempered, emotionally, no patience. When things start getting a little not smooth, they get mad. So that's the way it goes. And but then once they get through getting mad, if they're in a good balance, then there's a call to action, and they will take the action that they need to do to make stuff happen and light things up. All right, cool. So if you are a Taurus moon, you love chocolate. You may love wine. Taurus moons they are very sensual in that with the five senses, very developed. So if you could, so they love the warm fuzzies. They love high quality food. Taurus really feel deeply. They feel, well, what I mean is like music. Taurus moons feel music so deeply. They love yummy food. It's the yum factor. Taurus moon people, these are the people who, when the house is on fire, they keep their cool. They're the go-to people. Okay, everybody get over here, single file, and get out. Now, they might fall apart after the fact, but when hits the fan, Taurus is cool as a cucumber. They are slow and steady, wins the race. They're very practical. Now, just as the moon, a Taurus moon is somebody who gives excellent advice. They're good advisors. Emotionally, they can connect and they can match what they need to say with wherever you're at. Okay, I think that's good for Taurus moon. So next we have Gemini. Now, if you are a Gemini moon, Gemini is the twins. It's very hard for you to make up your mind. You're indecisive. Emotionally, it's gosh darn near impossible to make a decision. You may choose two because you can't pick. So you might narrow it down to two, but you'll choose both. You may have two careers. You may have two significant others. You may have two jobs, two houses, two whatevers. A Gemini moon is a little bit flighty, but also they are wonderful conversationalists. They are delightful. They have a lovely sense of humor. The word tickle comes to mind, so kind of light and tickly, airy. Okay, the element is air, and this rules communication. They're thinkers, they're speakers, they're teachers. Gemini moon, I'm trying to come back into just moon. It's hard to just separate one thing. A Gemini moon, okay, so they have a very hard time making up their mind. They can get a little bit airheaded sometimes, and love to learn, love to talk, and don't really like to settle down very much. They're kind of all over the place. They're excellent. They love to ingest lots of information, and they also like to share a lot of information. Okay. If your moon is in Cancer, if you have a Cancer moon, you are very much a mama bear. You are protective over whoever your clan is. You are protective over your children, your family, your best friends. You will fight for them. You will give the shirt off your back for them. You love to play mom. You love to nurture. You love to kiss the boo-boo. You love to make sure everybody has like their favorite blankie and their teddy bear, and you kiss their head, and it's that nurturing, mothery type of feel. So if you have a Cancer moon, You're very protective. You don't forgive easily, and you definitely don't forget. Anything to do with a Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, they never forget. Never. They have a photographic memory. They remember everything. And they're also very mushy, sentimental. They're really sentimental. So you want to get through to a Cancerian's heart. You have a good time, and then you give them a momentum. You give them a trinket of that day that captures the essence of the experiences of that day. Because Cancer loves to have, oh yeah, Cancer really loves to have good food and good drink with family. Now that family might not be blood family, but who they consider family, that's the high time for them, is being with people that they love and enjoying a good meal together, good food, good drink, a nice little popping campfire would be great. A crackling fire would be wonderful. Cancer moon, they're also very emotional. They can cry very easily. Now, some of the negative thing about a Cancer moon is they can freeze that water and they will just cut you out of their life. They never forgive, they never forget, and they're done with you. Once you show your colors, you're dead to them. So it's all about balance. We have all of these qualities. It's whatever ones we are, kind of like activating, and all that has to do with where we are with how we feel about ourselves and perspective to the world, etc., etc. Is this stuff making sense so far? Where's my little my Facebook stuff? Hi, Shelly. Welcome. Oh, I'm not seeing very many comments here. Is this making sense? Are we good? I can't scroll this thing for some reason. All right. Well, I am going to keep going here. Oh, you can't see that part. All right. Okay, back to this. Okay, if you are a Leo moon, and again, the moon in our chart talks about our emotions, our emotional temperament. So if you have a Leo moon, you are fun, funny, good sense of humor. You're protective. You're playful. Oh, I see something new there. Doing good makes sense. Awesome. Thank you, Don. Leo moon, playful, childlike, and in balance they could be a little childish too. So Leo moon, it's a fire sign. They will fight if they need to. They're go-getters. They're motivational and inspirational. It's a fire sign like Aries. And Leo moon, pride, lion's pride. They can be a little bit dramatic. Leo moon, they're hurt very, very easily. So is Cancer, hurt very easily. Leo is about the image and doing for you, but they also need the feedback. So they need to hear, did I do good? Did you like what I did for you? Leos need that feedback. Okay, so next up, the 6th house. Oh, no, I don't want to confuse you. Virgo. If you have a Virgo moon, you are an organizer. Now, a lot of Virgo moons are not in balance with that. Because why? Because Virgos they have OCD. They're always second guessing themselves. They're perfectionists. It's an earth sign, so they may label everything. Everything's got to be labeled and categorized and structured, and they may have lists of lists. They may be clean freaks, and they want everything done a very specific way. So people who have to, like, well, now everyone has to wash their hands a lot, but like obsessively wash their hands, or people who count their syllables, or people who have sometimes a little different types of habits like that may be those are Virgo qualities. So a Virgo moon is very judgmental and critical of themselves. Now, they may also be judgmental and critical of others, but with Virgo, it's all about themselves. They're always second guessing themselves, and they're very great at details, and they can get analysis paralysis. And when they put something together and it's amazing, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, that was so awesome!" and it's all well and good, but when they're done, they're thinking about all the things that they didn't do, all the things that they missed, and they think about it all the time. So it's really important to be able to find balance, and this is for all of us. I mean, that's the goal. That's the game, is to be able to find balance. And Virgo moons also can tend to get a little bit of anxiety in the rules the small intestine. See, every sign has a body part. It has crystal. It has, there's so many things. But it does show up in the body with a Virgo moon. A lot of times they'll have anxiety. They'll have digestional problems. Okay, next up, Libra. If you have a Libra moon, you are sweet and kind, and you give. You always put yourself last. And that can run into problems, because then people will take advantage of you and you're too nice to say anything about it. So with a with a Libra moon, your emotions, you're hurt very easily, kind and sweet, and you expect that everyone else is kind and sweet too. So when they're not, it really hurts you to the core. Excellent at like accessorizing things, like put color coordination and just complementing things from a visual appeal. Things to do with art, artistry, artisan, is a Libra thing. Like I say Libra, and I think, they got the beret and they got the paint, and they're like angling up with the paintbrush and mwah, mwah. That's like, it's like having everything complement everything going together just so. And they like fashion, stuff to do with fashion, and Libra. So Libra moon, the key is balance. It's the scales. So it's about balance. It's learning to not give so much of your gosh darn energy away. You need to keep some of that for yourself. Libra moons are very kind and sweet people. And Libra moons have to be careful, because you're so kind and sweet that you're going to attract somebody that may be narcissistic or toxic. And the way to find balance for that is to get better in touch with who you are, honor yourself. You need help with self-esteem and confidence. Now you're maybe doing the right things for the right reasons. Give. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. But eventually you're going to dry up and burn out. So you have to, everything is about balance, everything. All right, that was Libra. If you have a Scorpio moon, yikes. So Scorpio is intense, very intense. Scorpio moon people, focused, driven. Now, they also can be obsessive. It depends on where everything else is, and again, with balance. So a Scorpio moon, they are deep, they are passionate, they are great lovers. They are sensual. They can be a little bit controlling. And they're always several steps ahead. So no matter what's going on between you and a Scorpio moon person, they're already planning ahead. They're way planning ahead. They're very psychic and intuitive. This is a water sign. They don't forget very easily. Well, wait, do I really mean that? A Scorpio moon can be quite vengeful. Or should I say revengeful, vengeful. They want to get you back. So you don't want to cross a Scorpio moon, because they will plot on how to get back at you in the biggest, best, deepest kind of way to make you look at what you've done. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, Sagittarius Moon. If you a Sagittarius Moon, fun. The key word is more. I want more. They're excessive. So they can get a little bit, they can tend to exaggerate, tell a little bit of a tall tale because they want to hold their audience. They are fun and funny. They're a little bit clumsy. They might bump into things. And they don't stop at one glass of wine. They want the whole bottle. They don't have one piece of cake. They eat the whole cake. It's always about more, more. How do I make this better? That's Sagittarius energy. It is fun and jovial and wonderful. They're the life of the party. They're a lot of fun. They need to not gamble because they love it, and it's an addictive behavior. More. Now all of a sudden the car is gone, the bank account's empty. So you have to be careful because, again, balance. More excessive Sagittarius. Now also Sagittarius Moon, very fun loving. Yeah, they can exaggerate. They don't know when to say when. They get a little tipsy, have a little bit too much because it's about more. World travelers. Their Sagittarius energy loves travel, and not just going to Cleveland, but going halfway around the world. Sagittarius is also a seeker of truth. Sagittarius will get to the heart of things, and they're a seeker. They seek truth. Their own truth is very important. So they might wrestle with their own identity, what it is that they want to do. I'm being reminded of Tears of a Clown. But Sagittarius is fun. Yeah, fun, funny. You know, a lot of times the class clowns are who have a lot of issues. They're probably Sagittarius, to help you understand. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn Moon is a little bit on the dry side. They are a little bit on the bossy side. They are not touchy-feely. They are structured, organized, label everything. They go around with the clipboard, making sure everybody's on task. They tend to be workaholics, and they don't always factor in time off. Capricorn Moon have a very high expectation of you, of everybody else. But one thing that a Capricorn is going to say is, hey, I never expect anyone else to do something that I'm not already doing for myself. That is a Capricorn thing. Capricorn Moon, a lot of time they will be in management, CEO, ownership, business owner. They become their own authority, or they work for like the government or military. No, military can also be a 12th house thing. Or anyways, Capricorn Moon can be tough. Capricorn Moon, they don't allow themselves to feel their feelings. So they'll make you feel bad about you feeling your feelings. Capricorn Moon can seem to be not like empathic at all. And they can distance themselves, and they can cause us to feel like belittled because they know so much. But they're very they're dedicated, they're go-getters, they're awesome leaders. And so emotionally, because it's Moon, Capricorn Moon, they hold themselves to a very high regard, and they expect the rest of the world to be that way too. So they don't understand how people don't take care of their duties and obligations. Well, I called you and you didn't call me back within this much time. What's wrong with that? Or you told me you were going to call me at 5 o'clock. It is now 5:03 and you did not call me. That's irresponsible. So Capricorn Moon, very responsible people, like to the letter, very organized, very structured. They don't like surprises either. Don't jump out. at a Capricorn Moon. Okay, Aquarius Moon. Aquarius Moon. Okay, Aquarius Moon, they can detach very easily. Now, a little bit similar, very little bit similar to Capricorn in that they can distance themselves. They can drop something like a hot potato, including relationships. Aquarius Moons hate clingy people. So do Capricorn Moons. Aquarius Moon, they like Aquarius energy. They think differently. They process differently. So for them emotionally, they're on a little bit of a higher energetic, let's say. They are futuristic. This is kind of genius energy also. So an Aquarius Moon is always thinking. They might just one-liners, very short, dry, to the point. They care very much about humanitarian efforts in the planet and recycling kinds of things. They want to do things to, restore the colors to the planet. That's Aquarius energy. And so an Aquarius Moon can be detached. They're not real touchy-feely. But again, this is the emotional body. So we're not even talking about the personality of the sun sign. That's the forward part. This is the inward part. Okay, so Aquarius Moon, detached, private. So is Scorpio Moon, very, very private. Scorpio Moon, people tell them all kinds of stuff, but the Scorpio Moon person is very tight-lipped about their own stuff. They're very private, very personal. Okay, so that Aquarius one, okay, I talked enough about Aquarius. Okay, and then lastly is a Pisces Moon. Now, Pisces Moon, they feel like they're not from here. Very sensitive. Pisces energy is the most sensitive out of all the signs. Okay, it's a water sign. All the water signs, which are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, very intuitive, psychic. Pisces is the most sensitive sign out of all of them. They don't do well with crowds or noise. Actually, this holds well for all the water signs, but stronger for Pisces. Not good with crowds, not good with loud, noisy people, not good with, because there's a lot of other energy there. So stay away from radio towers and power plants and places where there have been like museums and stuff. You probably feel it really deeply, and you might even feel like almost nauseous and stuff. Pisces Moon takes on other people's emotions, can tap into the collective consciousness, the pain, the fear. Pisces Moon is not good with boundaries, so they might just hinge on escapism. They can become accidentally addicted to things because Pisces says, it is painful to be here with you people. Pisces Moon feels so much, very emotional, can cry very easily, hypersensitive. So you might know a Pisces Moon might all of a sudden feel like angry and you don't know why. It's because it wasn't yours. You took on it from somebody else. Sleep, very much into sleep. Sleep, maybe sleeping a lot. Now all these water signs are also prone to depression. So if you have a water moon, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio Moon, the moon is already our emotions. So when you have a water sign, that's also emotions. So it's like double emotional. So very emotional, can cry tears, can cry very easily. Now also water is highly therapeutic to people with a water sun sign or moon sign. Long baths, long showers, hot tubs, sauna, taking a vacation by the water, in the water, anything to do with water is going to be highly therapeutic to you. And that includes listening to meditations that have the sound of water in it. Even get a desktop water fountain that's going to help you bring you in your right place. So Pisces Moon feels very distant from the rest of the world because here's all these people walking around. I am not you. And this world seems very painful. And this is not what I signed up for. And oh my God, I just want to go home. And no matter where you are on the planet, nothing feels like home. You feel like a stranger on this planet. And it's very Piscean. So there you go. There are all of the signs of the moon. And cool. So let me see if you have any questions. And then I want to share what else is going on in current astrology. Very good, good, good. I'm glad it's making sense. That is awesome. Good stuff. Great. Wonderful. Sweet. All right, so now I'm going to move to, I'm going to explain something. And so the next, make my darn sentence. Actually, let me have a sip of water and recollect my thoughts for a minute. I'm glad you're enjoying this. And I hope that, oh, hey, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I made it over 100 subscribers and I'm able to name it now. So I called it Woo Life. Wow, I'm so excited. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Woo Life. And I will be moving all of my Suzy Woo stuff to Woo Life website eventually. I'm a one-woman show, so everything takes time. Okay, so let us see now. All right, these, I wonder if I could turn off these. Edit, display. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. Never mind. So what I want to talk about next are these things, these headphone things. See these right here, here, and here. These are called nodes, N-O-D-E. And they are not planets. They are points that have to do with the ecliptic of the moon. We all have these moon's nodes in our chart and what they represent. Now, but I guess before I tell you is every astrologer is not like me. I study many disciplines of astrology and shake it all up and put it out there. And this, for me, is what works the most accurately. And also timeliness. And I guess I'll explain. So let me finish now. Let me pick up. So this upside down or horseshoe, if you will, this is the dragon's tail. This is the dragon's head. They're also called Rahu and Ketu in Vedic astrology. So these points on somebody's chart are really important. This one, the dragon's tail, the south node, this represents a past life. Now, when we are not behaving from a balanced perspective, when we are angry, when we are upset, when we are stressed, we tend to behave the negative aspect of our south node sign. So for this person, their past life, their south node is in Virgo. So when they are not behaving from a balanced perspective, hold on a minute. Okay. So when they are not behaving from a balanced perspective, sorry about the dogs. The negative aspects of Virgo are analysis paralysis. It is having a long laundry list and taking so long to get through it that you've missed your flight. It is getting too tangled up in the details and not taking action. So this person, Mr. Sample here, this is going to be some negative behaviors that they need to work through these issues. And then the North Node, I also call this the destiny mark. This is where we strive for. This is when we reach balance and we become somewhat awakened. This is where we find the exit door to imbalance. So it's like, oh my God, I need to get out of this fun house. There's the door and the fun, and you open the door and it's like, oh, this is awesome. So the crazy train part is the South Node. So you need to get out of this obsessiveness, this inability to get out of your own way, this, you know, you might be OCD, extra clean freak, and you're obsessive about it, too tangled up in the details. And here is the liberation, the kind of access door to freedom, to enlightenment. And this is Pisces. So for this person, this has to do with their spirituality. Pisces and 12th house is spirituality. So for this person, their secret to enlightenment is to get in touch with their higher self. It is to learn how to meditate, how to pray, how to connect. Now, because I'm just going to say, for this fictitious person, because they already have a moon in Pisces, that's their emotional body. So they're already very energetically aware. They feel everything else around them, energetically sensitive. So for this person, this is good that their destiny mark is in something that is their emotions already anyway. So it's not going to be as difficult for this person to step into their next, their higher calling, their advancement, their little secret door out. I hope that makes sense. Let me see if we have some comments here. Is this going to scroll or no? It's getting dark. I'm going to have to turn on a light. You're welcome. What part of the chart leads you to the past life information? That's an excellent question. Okay, what parts of the chart leads you to the past life information? So it all depends on where and when you were born. So if I pull up here, if we look at this chart, wait a minute, natal chart. Okay, so here's the chart. Here is the past life mark in Libra, the destiny mark, the North Node in Aries. So for this person, until they reach their platform of enlightenment, until they hit their own rock bottom, they will suffer the negative aspects of Libra. And this is not stepping into their power, not standing up for themselves. It's giving their energy away. It is being sacrificial. You're sacrificing yourself so the rest of the world can live. You just lay down and let people walk all over you. So this is past life, the negative aspect. Now, once this person becomes empowered and they say, wow, that didn't work for me. Oh my God, and they start becoming active and engaged, then they will be in here The destiny mark, North Node, is in Aries, and that represents the identity. I am through laying down and sacrificing myself. I'm done with that. And I am moving into being fun, being myself, being who I am, being authentic, being a leader, paving the way for others, being motivational and inspirational. These are all Libra words. And I said playful because the 5th house is Leo's house. But we're not talking houses today, and I want to keep it easy and simple because that's the best way to learn, little pieces at a time. Okay, so let's look at somebody else's. Let's look at this person. Okay, so this person, where's their nodes? Wait, so let's actually pull it apart now. Where's their moon? Let's see what kind of a person this is emotionally. Where's the moon? Here it is. The moon is in Gemini. And it is up here. I'm just going to tell you that the 10th house happens to be career. This person may have 2 careers. Emotionally, they may be a little bit divided. They may have a hard time making up their mind. Emotionally, it's hard for them to settle, but they are gosh darn curious. So people who have a Gemini moon, they may have a little bit of issues with loyalty in a relationship because they have that kind of next shiny thing syndrome. So they may have 2 lovers. But this person, it's in their house of career also, so they may have 2 careers. Okay, so the Gemini moon, so we talked about that. Now let's look at their nodes. So what is it they have to get over? The negative aspects of Leo: self-centeredness, drama, flair, it's all about me, bossiness, ego, learning how to be more sharing. And that's the past, that's the negative stuff that they have to get over. And the destiny mark is over here. It's in Aquarius. So the destiny mark in Aquarius means Aquarius energy is being liberated. It is about freedom. It is busting out of old conventional patriarch stuff and saying, no, I need to be me, I need to be authentic, and I need my freedom. I am not going to be under your rule and control in the way things have always been anymore. I can't do it and I won't do it. That is the theme of this particular person. So does that make sense, guys? Let me see if I can go to my Facebook page and see if you have any other questions, if I can make it big without messing it up. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try. Can I scroll this up? No. I can't see any more comments. How do I do this? All right, I think I'm caught up with your comments. I hope so. All right, so let me bring this screen back here. Okay, so now I need to talk to you about what's going on currently so that you understand. So now let's edit this chart for, I didn't even see anybody walk by. Okay, so we're going to edit this chart for today. So we're going to call it today. And I'm going to put today's date, which is 4/18. Oops, what did I hit? 4/18/2020 and 4/18. Oh, look at that. It's 4/18 on 4/18. And there are no coincidences. How cool is that, guys? So I want to look up numerology of 4/18 and see what the symbology of that is. Anyway, so have a look at this. So the moon's nodes, south node and north node, change. Let me explain this. Okay, so we all have a birth chart. Now, the sky, everything in the sky, of course, is always changing. Let me go back to this chart and natal chart. So here's this person's natal chart. Here's their nodes. Now this one's going to get small, and I'm going to add a second ring on the outside, and it's going to show you today. Now don't get confused. Here's the person, and here is today. And how all of these talk to all of these is what this person's going through. Okay, so the moon's nodes change every year and a half. Every 18 months they change signs. Now you, the person, your moon's nodes don't change. Your chart is your cosmic fingerprint. This never changes. But this is always in motion. Okay, so for a year and a half, your themes are going to be wherever these nodes are going through that area of your life. This is what you need to aspire and reach towards. This is the stuff we need to let go because it no longer serves us anymore. As long as we are evolving and learning our lessons. Now, if you never apply your lessons, you're going to keep on running in circles over and over. Okay, let me turn the light on because it's getting kind of dark. That one's going to be too bright. Let's do this one. There's a light there. Oh, I got a dog in the way. Okay. There's some light. Hi, baby. Good boy. All right. Okay, cool. So these moon's nodes change every 18 months, but these ones on the outside. So let me show you in a year. Let's forward a year. See, for this person, the nodes changed houses. So for the next 18 months, let me back up because we're not talking houses in today. We're talking signs. Okay, so animate forward a year. Okay, so now these nodes are in different signs. So that means all of the eclipses are going to be in these two signs for the year and a half. And that is going to impact this person in these areas of life. Now, I'm not going to get into that because that's houses. But hopefully that made sense. Let me come back to today. All right, so here is today. The North Node. The North Node is down here. Here's the South Node. We're going to look at these signs. Capricorn represents structure, the patriarch, conventional oldie moldy ways of doing things. The destiny mark is in the sign of Cancer, which is the sign of mother. Capricorn is father, Cancer is mother. We are moving more towards a nurturing society. We are leaving the old patriarchal way. This also represents corporations, the banking industry, government. Okay, so if I show you what happened in January, so that means if I back it up a quarter, animate back a quarter, This was a very significant deal. See these guys? This is Pluto. This is Saturn. Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. Capricorn rules governments, corporations. That's also what this 10th house governs. The south node is there. So what does that mean? We're letting go of the oldie moldy way things have been done. And we are moving towards a more nurturing, mothering way of living. Okay, so it's in the chart what's going on. Now, I'm going to keep it simple, so I'm not going to split hairs. It goes way deeper than that. So this happened on January 12th. It was a very significant deal. Astrologers have been talking about it for a long time. So it's been known for a long time. This is going to be a very bumpy, crazy year. Now, let's come back to today. Okay, now this is very important. And this is what's going on right now. This is important. The North Node and South Node. The nodes have been in this sign for a year and a half, and they are about to change signs. So that means despite all of the stuff we're already going through, the governments are collapsing, that's okay, because it needed to happen, because those old structures, they're brittle and they're breaking. We've outgrown them. It doesn't work anymore. We need more heart. We need less head and more heart. Okay, so that's the difference between Capricorn, father, and Cancer, mother. Now, these are changing signs. So let's look at when that's going to happen. Animate forward. Let's look at a month. Yep. So there is no 30. There is no 30th degree. It goes from 0 to 29. So we are at, where's my date today? May 8, a month from right now. They will have changed signs. And they're going to be at the 29th degree, which is also called an anaretic degree. That too is a big deal. But it's okay because it's going back into the signs. It's not going out of the signs. Okay, so we are letting go of foreign. Sagittarius is foreign, and the balance and the scales and, well, wait a minute, the scales is not Sagittarius, but it does talk about foreign. Okay, so we are probably going to be doing much less foreign trade, and we are going to be moving in to more Gemini stuff, which is an air sign, which means communication. It means technology, which also is what Aquarius is. So we are moving into the age of Aquarius right now. The timekeeper, Saturn, moved into Aquarius just for a little taste. He's going back into Capricorn in July. So let's see what comes up now. We should have more technology stuff coming up, but then it dips back. And then later in December, when Jupiter changes signs and we really lock into the Aquarius, then we're back on, and it's going to stay on. So it is going to be definitely a turbulent year with continued changes. But the fact that our nodes are changing in the midst of all of this political crumbling and everything else, it's significant because okay, so I have to say what is there. I strongly feel we're going to have more substantive extraterrestrial contact. Like, there's no denying that they exist. I can tell you when I do my energy healing work, I work with them. So there's going to be certain, well, you know, when people channel, like, where do you think it comes from? Where do you think the term star seeds comes from? And people who have Aquarius energy and Pisces energy, they know it. They know that they're not from here. They know that they don't like fit in, that they are not, They're not the same frequency as everybody else walking the planet. How many people have this feeling, I just want to go home, and home, no matter where you go on the planet, it doesn't feel like home. So this is speaking to you. So your people, your light beings, your contact is going to be at an all-time high. So depending on where these things, don't look at these, look at the nodes. Depending on where these nodes fall for you in the sky, marks what's going to be activated for you over the next year and a half. Wherever this axis is, which brings me to the next point, it's a big deal because it's on this axis. So this up and down, this big plus, this axis is a huge deal, huge deal. So as it was going through here, this 10th house, that was all that oldie moldy corporational stuff. Now it's going into the house of truth. And down here, where, because they go this way, it's going to, pardon me, be going through the big picture. The 9th house is the big picture and faraway lands. And the 3rd house is the mind, the intellect, communication, classes, the spoken word. So everything is going to be online. So that's the theme of the next 18 months. Much more technology, much more communication, and it's going to be online. This higher learning, people returning to their own truth. People are waking up in an alarming rate, and it's awesome. They want to know, who am I? Where is home? Who are my peeps? How do I connect with them? Connect with other light workers. Let's just stop that right there. Because I want to stay simple and stay on point, which is not something that comes easy for me. Okay. So wherever these fall for you is going to be the areas of life that are activated. Now, because it's right on an axis for the area, for the country, this is a huge deal. If it was here, this has to do with identity, self versus other. But here, this has to do with security. And this one has to do with borders and boundaries. So there may be some breaking away or dissolving of borders and boundaries. And there may be more not blanket communication, but more of a wave of more communication in the airwaves. Cool, isn't it? All right, so there's your happy little lesson. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I will stop screen sharing and come back and minimize this, bring you over, and let's see if you have any questions for me. So if we're getting rid of old into more nurturing, will some of this mean, corrupt, must-have attitude fizzle and become less? Yes, thank God. Yes, so it's going to be way less possessiveness, way less forcefulness. We're not out of the woods yet, though, because there's more of this stuff that's going to be activated. Right now, Saturn is out of its own natural sign of Capricorn, and it's in Aquarius, which is about freedom. We're getting a little taste test of this freedom. It's going to go back in July into its own sign of Capricorn. So it's important to see what's coming up right now. Pay attention to disclosures. Keep up. Don't be looking at the mainstream stuff because it's fueled by, they follow the money, okay? Look at independent news agencies, please. This is the only way you're going to find out the truth, is through these leaks. Stuff that the mainstream will not cover. Mainstream is not going to give you the absolute truth because they're funded. It's dirty politics. So where we are going, it's in the chart. See, astrology studies patterns. So the last time a similar orchestration of what's in the sky, we had the Depression, we had the plague, we had the housing crash, we had very similar energies in the chart then. So astrologers can predict or sort of what we can expect based on when these powers got together in the sky last time around. So it's very, very powerful right now. We have Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is about death and destruction. It is blowing up the old way of doing things because it no longer serves the highest good of all, which is Aquarius. So we're moving into the age of Aquarius, which is a beautiful thing because Aquarius is about the planet. It's about humanity, humanitarian efforts. It's about recycling. It's about life. It's about all. It's about the collective. It's about community. So what I personally think is going to happen over the next several years is that we merge into a base like pay. I think everyone's going to have a base pay. And there's no reason for starvation. There's more than enough food for everybody. There's no need for starvation. The reason we have starvation and poverty is because there's only a few that are in charge of all the resources. And if you look at independent news or independent anything, you will see that actually it is starting to trickle in, that these funded agencies that are supposed to be in the know, the fact that they're being funded is now coming out, and they're blowing up the death of the old patriarch system because it's corrupt. So it's awesome. This is an awesome time to be alive. It's so exciting. That is what's up, my friends. I get so excited. Will this affect our elections for the better? Those are variables that are swimming around right now. So that can play out in a lot of different ways. So when you ask the question, like I see the actual things swirling around, there's a lot of things that depend on other things. Certain things are getting tightened down and other things are getting loosened up, and in there can find a means for further corruption. So now what we always could do is, because everything has a chart, your pets, cities, countries, everything has a chart. The president. So all you need for anybody's chart is the date, location, and time of the birth. And then this helps with compatibility. That's another whole class. So there's a lot of moving pieces right now. There's a lot of different timelines that are activated. So where we put our focus is what gives it more power. And most people are actually getting it. They're getting out of the fear and they're opening their hearts and they're stepping into more compassion, more love, more support for a global, happy, harmonious way of life. Your energy makes a difference. Like, just because you're inside of the four walls of your home, do not think your energy doesn't matter. Now, just like we have, like our thoughts are electric impulses. We're like walking radio towers, sending out stuff all the time. So a lot of people can read other people's thoughts or they can finish their sentences. Like, this is who we are. We are multidimensional beings. It's just that our environment, the old patriarchal way of doing things, shut all that down on us. And they said, oh, no, don't do that. And they shut down our right brain, the left side, our feminine side. And instead they said they were more controlling, the patriarch. Do it this way. Well, it doesn't work anymore. So as the globe is going through very rapid ascension and people are waking up very, very quickly, it's elevating the frequency of the planet. And we all get to benefit. So don't do anything that like spews hate. It's just like, if you wish something revengeful on somebody, it's going to hit you first. So it's very important to bear that in mind and always come from a place of compassion and understanding. And also remember that people hurt people. So until they come to a place of healing, they're going to continue to hurt because they're not in balance. So even when somebody wrongs you, the best thing you can do for your own self in your own mind, wish them well. You don't have to do it to their face because they might be highly toxic and it's not going to help them. Everybody has to find their own bottoming out. So the best thing you can do to get other people's crap out of your space, just in your own mind and your own heart, I hope they find their way. It's as simple as that. And even just saying that feels good. So did you enjoy this happy little freebie session? Please like my page. I'm Suzy Woo, Spiritual Healer on Facebook. Well, if you're watching it, you're seeing it. And I'm at Woo Life on YouTube. So thank you so much. If you would like to get your own chart read, we can do a chart for you. Every parent should have their kid's chart done. It'll explain how your child learns, the best type of people that they are compatible with. If they're a leader or if they're a more passive type of person, if they're going to be introverted, extroverted, the best type of learning environment for them, behavioral possible challenges. And then we could also do compatibility between siblings, between parent and child. A lot of times we will see that parent and child have shared past lives together because there'll be a certain similarity. And we also find in the chart that between family members that they will share either the sun, moon, or rising sign. It's so cool to see how you are all together as a matter of fate. It's so cool, so cool. So we can do a chart for you. We can do a chart for everybody in your family. We can do compatibility charts. We can do a chart for your pet. That's the way it works. You could do a chart for the day you got married or you get married, and you don't want to get married when Venus is in retrograde, which only happens every a little over 2 years. So like for me, the day that I got married, all kinds of horrible things were in my chart, but I didn't know then. And my marriage was highly toxic, highly. So you could always, and also for like surgery, if you're doing any kind of surgery, you don't want to do surgery on the day that the sun in the sky is in the sign that governs the body part. So all of that stuff, like what do you think the Farmer's Almanac is? It's based on astrology and phases of the moon. You know, the stuff is real. It's the way that it works. Yay, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Good. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so really, as much as I love to talk about this stuff, in case you didn't know, I would love to do a reading for you. So we could do your birth chart, and then we could also look at your current chart and see what areas of your life. I'll reshare my screen again. And if I can get back to that screen, hello, where's that? Because I want to show you an example. So let's pull up this chart, go back to the natal chart. And now I'm going to pull up today for this person. Now, okay, so here's this person, which never changes, but here's today. Oh, did I hit screen share? I think I did. Hopefully you can see this. Pretty sure. Did I do it? I don't know if I did or not, because I can't see. I'm going to trust that I'm doing the screen share. I don't see the button there. Where's the gosh darn button? Oh, share screen here. Share. There we are. Okay. So let me come back and show you. So here's this person's natal chart. This doesn't change. It's going to get little. I'm going to add today on top of it on the outside. Display today now. So for this person, and I can do this for you, wherever the sun is traversing, whatever house the sun is going through is lit up for you right now. So for this person, the sun is at that degree. It's going through their 6th house. So they may have a shift in their work or their health. Now, I know that sounds really broad stroke, but if you are well or if you are not well, that is only as much as you have to give of the world. That's how the 6th house is. It is being of service. So people who have planets in here have a very strong desire to be of service in the world. So for this person, their desire to be of service is being activated for this whole month as the sun goes through this house. So I can tell you, when the sun is going through here, you're going to have more income. And then you're going to be thinking and planning and communicating. You might take some classes. And then there's going to be changes in home. You might have somebody coming in, somebody going out. You might do a home improvement. It's that accurate. So, so cool. But that's how it works. And I will be teaching this on a deeper level, but starting just like this, little bite-sized pieces. We'll cover the elements. I got to record all this stuff, but here was a wonderful, very informative. I'm going to stop sharing that. I really hope that you enjoyed it as much as I loved to talk about it. Let me see if there's any other questions. And naturally, so I did share when I said, didn't I? I hope I did. Okay, so one of my bottom lines is for you to book me for a reading, because this is my livelihood. I'm a professional astrologer, psychic medium, and an energy healer. Actually, I did 2 healings today. They were way off the chart. It was awesome. So, you could see a full list of everything that I offer with some really detailed information on my website, which is suzy-woo.com. I will just put it here. I think that's everything. We did it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Don. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And I would love to hear back from you. I'd love to do a reading for you, for your loved one, compatibility, to see if you guys are a good match or if you're going to claw each other's eyes out. I could always tell that. In fact, my one son, when he's considering dating somebody, he'll give me their birth information. I'll pull it up and I'll let him know if I like this person or not like this person, why, what tendencies there are, what you got to watch for, and then if they're compatible. So if you are, even like for if your own kid is considering dating somebody, or if you want to know when something's going to change with your health, elective surgery, weddings, all that stuff, it is in your chart. Awesome. I'm so glad, Michelle, that makes sense for you now. Yeah, stuff can be so gosh darn confusing. It could be really overwhelming, but I like simple. And so I like to share what I know, because otherwise, what good is it? What good is it if I take it to the grave? This way, more know. So the more you know, the more you can be empowered. And that's what it's all about, right? So let me come and give you guys a big hug. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining me. I made everything get all blurry. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful free webinar, or whatever the heck it's called. And I will have it uploaded on my YouTube channel. And I hope you will subscribe. And I hope that you will book a reading with me for either astrology or psychic mediumship or a combo or a healing. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your weekend. Oh, what sign is the moon in right now? It's in Pisces. Display now. That's how I told you guys about the beginning of this anyways. Let me share my screen and show you one final time. Share screen. This. Share. Okay, here's this. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days. Where's the moon? Here it is. Why is this here? It's out of what? Hold on a minute. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so the moon right now is in the sign of Pisces. It changed yesterday. So how many of you, a lot of you already told me offline, how many of you felt an energetic shift in your feelings? Like, whoa, and you just feel differently. So what would be really cool if you kept a journal every 2.5 days, or you could always Google it when the moon changes, because it's not exact. So when the moon changes signs, notice how you feel. So when the moon is in your own moon sign, notice how you feel. There may be other players that it's talking to, so you may feel really kind of like bitchy, or you may feel more harmonious, or you may feel extra tired where you want to sleep more. But you're rest assured that it shifts every 2.5 days. There you go. All right. So that's the closing tidbit of information. We are in Pisces Moon right now, and we'll be in Pisces Moon tomorrow. And then on April 20th, the moon will be in Aries. And for this fictitious person, it's right on top of their Chiron. But we'll save that for another day. Okay, we did it, guys. So thank you so much. Let me stop sharing here. If I can stop share. And there's me. All right. So that's it. We did it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is called Woo Life. And I would love to do a reading for you. Feel free to message me here on Facebook or email, or have a look at what I do. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. I'm really hanging up now. Okay. See you next time, guys. Bye.